history of the Toyota Land Cruiser pickup is a story of rugged utility and global adaptation. It's not a single model, but a series of rugged, body-on-frame workhorses derived from the iconic Land Cruiser station wagon. The very first Toyota Land Cruiser, the 20 Series, was introduced in 1955, and from the beginning, a pickup truck variant was part of the plan. These early models were incredibly basic, focused purely on function and durability. They were offered as a short wheelbase, LJ Series, and later a more popular long wheelbase, FJ 25 and 45, pickup. Featured the classic round headlights, a simple, flat-sided cargo bed, and a fold-down windshield, a feature carried over from military vehicles like the Jeep. The legendary 3.9-liter F-Series inline-six gasoline engine, known for its tractor-like torque and indestructibility. These trucks were built for post-war Japan and export to markets like Australia and South America, where a tough, reliable vehicle was needed for mining, farming, and construction. The J40 is the most recognizable classic Land Cruiser, and its pickup version became a global symbol of reliability in the most remote corners of the world. The J40 pickup was in production for an astonishing 24 years with minimal changes, a testament to its perfect design for its purpose. It retained the fold-down windshield and Spartan interior. It was a no-frills tool with a focus on mechanical simplicity that made it easy to repair in the field. The J40 pickup was immensely successful in Australia, where it was crucial for the outback, Africa, and Latin America. It was less common in North America, where the station wagon version was more popular for its family-friendly size. In 1984, Toyota introduced the 70 Series to replace the aging J40. This is the most significant chapter for the Land Cruiser pickup, as it evolved into a more refined but still incredibly capable vehicle. The 70 Series pickup is famously known as the Land Cruiser 79 in its modern single-cab form. This series can be broken into a few key phases. First generation, BJ, RJ, HJ7 series from mid-1980s to 1999. Introduced more modern and efficient diesel engines, like the 3.4-liter 3B and the powerful 4-liter 2H inline-six, alongside gasoline options. A significant update from the J40, with a more comfortable cab, square headlights, and improved handling, while maintaining the solid axles and leaf spring suspension for toughness. Included the standard bed and a long bed, troop carrier style version. The 1HD FT turbo diesel era, from 1999 to 2007. A major power upgrade. The biggest news was the introduction of the 4.2-liter 1HD FT turbo diesel inline-six engine. This engine is considered by many enthusiasts to be the pinnacle of Land Cruiser diesel engines, incredibly robust, powerful, and smooth. Facelift. The body received updates including new fenders, grille, and interior trim. The Land Cruiser 79 V8 from 2007 to present. This is the current and most well-known iteration, a legend in its own right. In 2007, Toyota replaced the legendary inline-six diesels with a 4.5-liter V8 turbo diesel, 1VD FTV. This was a controversial move, but provided massive gains in power and torque, essential for modern workloads and accessories. In markets like Australia and South Africa, it's offered in basic workmate trim for pure work, and a more comfortable GXL trim with features like air conditioning and power windows. The 70 Series V8 pickup has achieved cult status among off-roaders, miners, and farmers. Its reputation for being virtually indestructible, combined with V8 power, makes it the ultimate off-road tool. Its high price and used value reflect this status. It's crucial to address a common point of confusion for North American enthusiasts. From 1981 to 1986, Toyota sold a truck in the US badged as the Toyota Pickup 4x4, but with Land Cruiser decals on the bed. This was not a J40 or J70. It was a Hilux 4th Gen N50 series with a more powerful 2.4-liter engine and a Land Cruiser branding marketing campaign to capitalize on the Land Cruiser's tough image. While an excellent truck in its own right, it is not considered a true Land Cruiser pickup by purists, but it remains a fascinating piece of Toyota's U.S. marketing history. The history of the Land Cruiser pickup is defined by: from the J40 to the 70 series, the formula has always been a separate chassis, solid front and rear axles, and a heavy-duty drivetrain. It evolved from a basic gasoline 6 through legendary inline-6 diesels to the modern, powerful V8 turbo diesel. It was never designed as a lifestyle vehicle, but as an essential tool for industry and exploration in the world's harshest environments. The Land Cruiser 79 series pickup remains in production today, largely unchanged in its core philosophy, a direct link to over 60 years of continuous development and a true icon of automotive durability. Before the 70 series, there was a crucial but often overlooked model that bridged the gap between the classic J40 and the modernish 70 series, the J45, sometimes known as the FJ55V. While the J40 pickup was robust, the J45 was designed from the ground up as a heavier-duty, long-wheelbase vehicle focused purely on commercial and agricultural use. It shared its front end and cab with the iconic FJ55 Iron Pig station wagon, but with a much longer wheelbase and a large, flat-sided cargo bed. It looked like an Iron Pig that had been stretched into a truck. It used the same durable F and 2F engines as its siblings. Its key feature was a higher load capacity and a longer bed than the standard J40 pickup, making it a favorite for farmers and miners in Australia, Africa, and the Middle East. The J45 proved there was a massive market for a heavy-duty Land Cruiser-based truck, directly paving the way for the 70 series commercial focus. While the single cab is the most common, the double cab has its own rich history. Toyota initially didn't offer a factory double cab 70 series. The first official ones were conversions done by independent coach builders approved by Toyota, like in South Africa. While not a pickup, the Troopy shares its chassis and drivetrain and is the basis for many custom double-cab ute conversions in Australia. Due to massive demand, Toyota finally started producing a factory double-cab version, which has become incredibly popular as a luxury work family vehicle in places like the Middle East and Australia. Why Land Cruiser pickup is legendary? 1. Indestructible drivetrain. The engines, especially the 2F, 1HZ, 1HDFT, and 1VDFTV, are legendary for their million-mile potential. Paired with a rugged H55 F5-speed manual gearbox and virtually bulletproof axles, the entire drivetrain is built to withstand decades of abuse. 2. The trayback culture. In Australia and Africa, it's common to see a Land Cruiser pickup with the factory bed removed and replaced with a heavy-duty, custom-built steel tray. These trays are designed to carry specific loads like water tanks, fuel drums, toolboxes, and off-road camping setups, transforming the vehicle into the ultimate remote area mobile workshop and home. 3. The ultimate overlander. The 70 series pickup, particularly the double cab, is the starting point for some of the world's most extreme and luxurious overlanding vehicles. Companies like Icon and Arctic Trucks build multi-million-dollar custom expeditions on the 79 series chassis, taking them from the Sahara to Antarctica. 4. Motorsport pedigree. The Land Cruiser pickup has a formidable reputation in off-road racing, most famously in the Dakar Rally. Privateer teams and even Toyota's official efforts have used heavily modified 70 series trucks for decades, proving their durability in the world's toughest race. In 2024, Toyota unveiled a significantly updated 70 series for the global market. It finally features modern safety, like airbags and stability control, a new interior, and most shockingly, a 2.8-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel 1GD FTV from the Hilux, replacing the beloved V8 in many markets due to emissions regulations. This marks the end of an era, but secures the model's future. The Toyota Tundra connection, rumors. For years, there have been persistent rumors and fan renderings of a modern FJ cruiser pickup based on the Tundra platform. While this would not be a true body-on-frame Land Cruiser pickup in the traditional sense, it shows the enduring desire for a spiritual successor in markets like North America, where the 70 series has never been officially sold. The Land Cruiser pickup's history is not one of glamorous design or high-tech innovation, but of evolutionary refinement of a perfect tool. It is a machine that has consistently been defined by its context: the arid Australian outback, the muddy mine sites of Africa, the frozen tracks of the Arctic, and the mountainous trails of South America. It is a vehicle that has been worked hard its entire life, and its legendary status is earned not through marketing, but through decades of proven, unwavering performance in the places where failure is not an option. The Land Cruiser pickup's reputation isn't an accident. It's the result of a deliberate, almost obsessive design philosophy focused on Shinrai no Chikara, the power of reliability. The ladder frame chassis isn't just strong. It's designed with specific flex and harmonic damping characteristics to handle extreme torsional stress without cracking. The steel used has a higher carbon content than typical consumer vehicles, making it more resistant to deformation. The choice to stick with solid front and rear axles, live axles, long after competitors switched to independent front suspension, IFS, is fundamental. IFS offers a better ride on pavement, but solid axles are superior in two critical areas for a workhorse. O-axle articulation keeps wheels on the ground over extreme bumps, maintaining traction. O-durability, far fewer complex, fragile components like CV joints. A solid axle can be dragged over rocks and through deep ruts that would shatter an IFS system. Every critical component is built to handle far more stress than the engine can theoretically produce. This results in a significant safety factor. The H150F gearbox used behind the V8 is a heavy-duty unit also found in the Toyota Coaster bus. The axles, particularly the later, full-floating rear axles, are massive. In a full-floating design, the wheel hub is supported by the axle housing itself, not the axle shaft. The shaft's only job is to deliver power. This means if you snap an axle shaft, a rare event, the wheel won't fall off, allowing you to drive away in front-wheel drive mode if it's the rear shaft. The legendary diesel engines, 1HZ, 1HDFT, 1VDFTV, are all under-square, meaning the stroke is longer than the bore diameter. This design prioritizes massive, low-end torque over high RPM horsepower. It's why these engines feel unstoppable at low speeds and are less stressed, leading to phenomenal longevity. While the switch from the inline-six to the V8 1VD FTV was controversial, the engine itself is a masterpiece of modern, reliable power. It uses a compacted graphite iron CGI block for immense strength and weight savings, and its twin turbochargers are sequentially tuned to eliminate lag and provide a massive, flat torque curve from 1200 RPM. In the Australian outback, a 75 series or 79 series Land Cruiser isn't just a vehicle, it's a unit of exchange and a survival tool. Its value is so stable and its reputation so unassailable that it's considered bush currency. A well-maintained example will hold its value for decades. The phrase, "Sorry mate, the cruiser's packed it in," is a genuine emergency statement. The Land Cruiser pickup, especially the 70 series, is the undisputed king of the technical, a civilian vehicle converted into a weapons platform. Its reliability, load capacity, and ability to traverse brutal terrain make it the platform of choice for militias, peacekeepers, and aid agencies across Africa. This grim association is a backhanded compliment to its unparalleled capability. In Israel, observant Jewish families often use a 70 series Land Cruiser pickup as a Sabbath car. due to religious restrictions on operating electronics, including a car's ignition. On the Sabbath, the vehicles are modified with special timers that allow them to run continuously for 24 hours without being started, providing transportation while adhering to religious law. This bizarrely specific use case highlights its global adaptability. The history of the Land Cruiser pickup is a history of context over comfort and purpose over prestige. It is a machine that refuses to die because it was never truly alive in the sense of having a soul or personality. Its soul is its function. Its personality is its reliability. Every bolt, every gear, every weld is a direct response to a problem encountered in the desert, the mine, or the battlefield. It is a collection of solutions to the hardest problems of mobility on Earth, and that is why, from the dusty 1960s J45 to the modern V879 series, it remains the ultimate mechanical prosthesis for conquering the wilderness. J40 and J45 used utilitarian leaf springs on all four corners. Incredibly strong, but ride quality is harsh and unforgiving when empty. This is pure cart spring technology. Erlib 70 series retained leaf springs front and rear, but with longer, more flexible leaves for a slightly better ride and improved articulation. Modern 70 series 79 V8 came up with big change. The front axle switched to coil springs while the rear retained leaf springs. This was a monumental shift. It offered massively improved front articulation and ride comfort. Better high-speed stability on rough tracks. The rear stayed with leaves to maintain its legendary load-carrying capacity, often over 1,100 kilogram or 2,400-pound payload. This split personality suspension is a perfect summary of the truck's dual role. The 70 series V8, especially in Australian heat while toiling at low speeds, developed a reputation for transmission and engine oil overheating. This wasn't a design flaw for normal use, but a limitation exposed by extreme use. The engine oil cooler is integrated with the radiator. Under severe load, it couldn't shed enough heat. The aftermarket industry exploded with solutions. The most famous is the Murchison Products or Proniture Auxiliary Cooler Kit. Installing a separate, dedicated transmission and/or engine oil cooler is one of the first and most critical modifications an Australian owner makes. It's a rite of passage. The 70 series, especially the V8, left the factory with a significant front-end rake. The front sits lower than the rear. This was to account for the massive payload. However, when empty, it looks odd and affects approach angles. Owners immediately install leveling kits or full suspension lifts. The gross vehicle mass, GVM, is the maximum legal weight of the vehicle plus payload. A stock 79 series might have a GVM of 3,300 kg. Once you add a steel bull bar, a winch, a heavy-duty tray, a water tank, and tools, you can easily eat half your payload before adding a single bag of cement. In Australia, certified engineers offer GVM upgrades, e.g., to 3,850 kg or 4,100 kg, involving upgraded springs, shocks, and sometimes brake components. This is a legal and crucial modification for serious users. The 70 series chassis is now seen as a platform for the future. Companies are prototyping fully electric and hydrogen fuel cell conversions. Why? Because the drivetrain may change, but the fundamental requirement for a body-on-frame, solid axle, massively durable platform to carry heavy batteries and equipment across impossible terrain remains. The Land Cruiser pickup's legacy may not be its internal combustion engine, but its indestructible architecture, which could outlive the fossil fuel era itself. In the end, the Land Cruiser pickup is a tool, a test, and a tribe. A tool that performs a function with peerless ability. A test of an owner's willingness to understand and maintain a machine that demands participation. A tribe that spans the globe, connected by a shared language of torque, traction, and a profound appreciation for something that simply will not quit.